What's their like favourite thing to eat?
Quail, definitely.
Right.
That's the treat for these guys.
Wow.
Quail makes them almost dangerously hyper. They're
Right.
just
Oh,
sort of high on it. It's amazing stuff for them, but it builds muscle better than any other food.
Okay.
It must be
I know
expensive
that's
though.
a bit of a stupid bit now, isn't it? Now you've had a big bit. Good girl. Thank you. Good girl in the end.
Yeah.
Good. Yes, she's almost worth the wait. I've known Allegra in the past to eat everything off the lure and then promptly sail back up the tree
Oh, really?
instead of coming onto the glove. So I always just slyly
Move her quickly,
kit one up and hold the leash so that she's still got a bit of space, but if she does try anything again, it's not going to work basically. Almost done, hold on. Good girl. You're not going to face everyone. You can see the speed difference on these guys as well, and she's what we class as a slow species for large falcons. She's about as slow as you get with large ones. Permanently on the bird, whereas Billy probably would have used what we call false almarai, which loop round the leg and then you have to use a dress to keep it on the leg basically,
so you'd
to
put
hold
every
it
time he
shut.
was going to take it
Well,
out, you'd put that on then?
Perhaps, yeah.
Okay.
Some people would have, and some people
Okay.
would have taken off the anklets completely while flying, whereas nowadays, you know, those are permanently on.
Because they're a
and
lot lighter now, are they?
They're
Yeah.
lighter, and also it's just a more modern method of doing it. The materials are the same, just the kind of execution's a bit different. And then the jest, obviously these are modern jests. Allegra gets these because she really loves picking the buttons at the top of traditional leather jests.
Oh, I see.
So usually what you do is you pull it through and it's stopped by a button, whereas these are again looped on permanently to her anklets.
Okay.
But because they're used to hold the swivel, they've got a hole in them, so that's why I was putting a bit of tape round, because I don't want that getting caught basically when she's flying.
That'd be awful.
It's a bit soggy, sorry. That's it. Sorry. And you would have had the same button on the top, you know, a knot on the top that's been sort of fixed as well. But obviously the downside of a leather leash is that it perishes quite quickly with use.
Yeah.
So that's why we've switched to this. The reason we still use leather here is because it's kinder to the bird's legs than any
softer.
material. If you keep them sort of well greased and supple, you know, then you change them twice a year usually, or more often if it needs it. So for that we have to wrap them. And the little bit of equipment to attach the bell to the leg is called a buet. So again, the methods for that haven't changed a lot. The only thing we do different now is reinforce it with a cable tie, because it's less likely to perish then.
Okay. And why the bell?
The bell is so I could hear her, so even when I'm walking away from her with the lure, I'd know when she sets off from the tree. And if she were to go somewhere and I don't see her fly off, you know, it would have helped with Jura powering after me earlier sort of thing. I would have heard her coming, but Jura's a bit small for bells. You have to get really, really light bells for kestrels.
And is that been a long time, the more bells then? Is that
yeah, I mean it's kind of almost part of it. You might have heard of the book as The Falcon, Her Bells, and that's another sort of guide or sort of stories about experiences with falcons. So yeah, the bells are, you know, as old as falconry in the UK. Nowadays we've got the modern upgrade from bells, which is telemetry, radio tracking. I don't put radio tracking on her because I know where she is. She's up that tree. Her having radio tracking on isn't going to help me get her down from that tree.